All of us who cross cultures will need to make an adjustment as we go from what we are used to and comfortable with to a different way of doing things. For some, this time of adjustment can be very challenging, and this is often referred to as culture shock. It comes from being cut off from what is familiar, from what you take for granted at home. It happens when our icebergs collide. Whether you call it shock, irritation, or fatigue, it is a normal part of crossing cultures. How we react is what leads us to learning about ourselves and the culture we are visiting.
I think one of the first things that you tend to experience when you've moved cross-culturally, you're actually there on the field, you begin engaging with people in another culture, another context, is misunderstanding, frustration, confusion. Those things are really accessible. You find yourself getting an attitude sometimes, that's a dumb way to do these things. And so that dissonance, we call that cultural dissonance, that's a learning opportunity. That's a space where God wants you to begin asking questions. It's a great place to have a holy sense of self-doubt. Am I really understanding this right? What's going on here? I feel my hackles being raised. They're laughing at me. I'm feeling embarrassed. These are growth opportunities. And just to begin asking the question, what does openness and acceptance and trust look like in this place where I'm feeling prejudicial and superior? How do I get into that place? At least recognizing the superior attitude that you have adopted by saying, these people really don't know how to X, Y, and Z. Once you recognize that, then you're in this great place to be able to examine what would it be for me to extend trust here in a place where I really don't feel like they're doing the right thing.
Some suggestions to help us with culture shock. Take care of yourself. Feeling well and rested will have an impact. Remember that all cultures have both positive and negative elements. Remember to approach what is happening with curiosity versus judgment. Ask yourself, I wonder why that is. Find a cultural guide, and not just another American or member of your group, and request, help me to understand. Learn as much as you can about the location and the people. Observe how others are acting in the same situation. Look for logical reasons behind everything which seems strange. Find something easy you can do. Get some success. Resist the temptation to disparage the host culture. Talk positively about it to your friends. Have faith in yourself, the host country, culture, and people, and in the positive outcome of the experience. Remember your purpose in being there. Wade Davis, a notable anthropologist, emphasizes that cultures are unique.
Intense pleasures of travel, and one of the delights of ethnographic research is the opportunity to live amongst those who have not forgotten the old ways, who still feel their past in the wind, touch it in stones polished by rain, taste it in the bitter leaves of plants. Just to know that jaguar shamans still journey beyond the Milky Way, or the myths of the Inuit elders still resonate with meaning, or that in the Himalaya the Buddhists still pursue the breath of the Dharma, is to really remember the central revelation of anthropology, and that is the idea that the world in which we live in does not exist in some absolute sense, but is just one model of reality, the consequence of one particular set of adaptive choices that our lineage made, albeit successfully, many generations ago. And of course, we all share the same adaptive imperatives. We're all born, we all bring our children into the world, we go through initiation rites, we have to deal with the inexorable separation of death. So it shouldn't surprise us that we all sing, we all dance, we all have art. But what's interesting is the unique cadence of the song, the rhythm of the dance in every culture. And whether it is the Panan in the forests of Borneo, or the voodoo acolytes in Haiti, or the warriors in the Kaisu Desert of northern Kenya, the curandero in the mountains of the Andes, or a caravansary in the middle of the Sahara. This is incidentally the fellow that I traveled into the desert with a month ago. Or indeed a yak herder in the slopes of Chomolungma, Everest, the goddess mother of the world. All of these peoples teach us that there are other ways of being, other ways of thinking, other ways of orienting yourself in the earth. And this is an idea that, if you think about it, can only fill you with hope.
Questions for reflection. What challenges will you face as you enter into another culture? How will entering another culture be a source of growth for you?